Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 7 of my Magic the Gathering Zendikar Rising bundle. The focus of the video is, what is your pick? As I crack the pack, I will discuss which card would be my pack 1 pick 1. My viewpoint will be from a very casual Magic the Gathering player perspective. It will not be a Pro Tour grinder or even Friday night Magic grinder take. It will be a kitchen table draft, having fun with friends' opinion. Check out the preview video on my Zendikar Rising bundle. I have added the link to the preview video in the description below. Let's get to cracking pack number 7. Seafloor Stalker, 3 mana, 2 and a blue, Merfolk Rogue at 2/3. You can pay 5 mana, 4 and a blue. Seafloor Stalker gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. This ability costs 1 generic less to activate for each creature in your party. In limited, Seafloor Stalker is a sneaky card. You can get in quite a bit of surprise damage, and your opponent will have to waste their kill spell on Seafloor Stalker instead of your rare bomb. Tazim Raptor, 3 mana, 2 and a white, bird at 2/2. It has flying. When Tazim Raptor enters the battlefield, you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. I like Tazim Raptor in a white-green landfall deck. First, you have an evasive flyer that will get in some incremental damage. And second, bouncing a land back to your hand to replay will trigger landfall abilities on your other creatures. Ardent Electromancer, 3 mana, 2 and a red, human wizard at 3/2. When Ardent Electromancer enters the battlefield, add red for each creature in your party. This card appears on face value to be a lot better than it is. More often than not, you're able to only add 1 or 2 mana to your pool, and depending upon the cards you had in your hand in limited, just didn't pan out. Ghastly Gloomhunter, 2 mana, 1 and a black, zombie bat at 1/1, has kicker of 4 mana, 3 and a black, has flying, lifelink. If Ghastly Gloomhunter was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Flying and lifelink are nice, but 6 mana to cast a 3/3 flying lifelinker just isn't what you want. Dauntless Survivor, 2 mana, 1 and a green, human warrior at 1/1. When Dauntless Survivor enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. In limited, this common was the backbone to the black-green +1/+1 counters deck. You had to play early in the game or late in the game. Risen Riptide, 3 mana, 2 and a blue, elemental at 0/5. Whenever you cast a kick spell, Risen Riptide has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. If you're able to build the blue-green kicker deck, Risen Riptide was a pretty strong component to that deck. Early on, it was a 0/5 wall. Later on, it became a 5/5 attacker as you cast your kicked spells. Murasa Brute, 3 mana, 2 and a green, troll warrior at 3/3. It fits into just about any green deck, but it can also be the last card you cut in a deck. Utility Knife, 1 generic mana, equipment. When Utility Knife enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, equipped for 3 generic mana. For a single generic mana, giving a power and toughness boost of 1 is pretty nice. It definitely has a downgrade that once the original creature is attached to dies, paying 3 generic mana to add +1/+1 to another creature is a little bit of a steep cost. Sizzling Barrage, 2 mana, 1 and a red, instant. Sizzling Barrage deals 4 damage to target creature that blocked this turn. In limited, creatures are the name of the game. There's going to be attacking, there's going to be blocking. Sizzling Barrage is a great card in red to take out your opponent's bigger blockers. Deadly Alliance, 5 mana, 4 and a black, instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. In limited, this is your typical black destroy spell. It's the backbone of your deck. Being able to destroy a planeswalker as well is nice, and because it has a cost reduction of each creature in your party, it can be a relatively cheap destroy spell. Our first uncommon is Spring Mantle Cleric, 5 mana, 4 and a green, elf cleric at 2/3. Spring Mantle Cleric enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. If you're in a dual color deck, you get a 4/5. If you're in a tricolor deck, you've got a 5/6. I think this is one of the weaker uncommons in green, and unless you're in a tricolor deck, it doesn't have many payoffs. Next up is Roost of Drakes, single blue mana enchantment. It has kicker of 3 mana, 2 and a blue. When Roost of Drakes enters the battlefield, if it is kicked, create a 2/2 blue drake creature token with flying. Whenever you cast a kick spell, create a 2/2 blue drake creature token with flying. If you can get it down on turn 1, you're going to be able to create a flood of drakes on every turn that you're going to kick a spell, which might be a little bit of time, but by turn 5, 6, 7, or 8, you're going to be putting out quite a few drakes, and that's going to pay dividends in your winning strategy. Ballad Ged Recovery, 3 mana, 2 and a green, sorcery, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. This is one of our modal double face cards. This card has seen a lot of play and has tons of value, as it's going to return any card from your graveyard to your hand. That's a pretty strong card in limited, because if your bomb happens to be a non-creature spell, you're going to be able to get it back. And if you need green mana, in a pinch you can play the flip side of it. It enters the battlefield tapped, and then you'll have that mana available for your next turn. Okay, will we get a great rare or a mythic rare? We have Lithoform Engine, our second mythic rare in the box. Lithoform Engine is 4 generic mana, legendary artifact. For 2 generic mana, tap it, copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. For 3 generic mana, tap it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. For 4 generic mana, you can tap it, copy target permanent spell you control. This is a mythic bomb in limited. If you're playing for a little bit longer of a game, this card pays dividends. It will allow you to copy any of your abilities, instants or sorceries, or permanent spells. I was able to draft a copy of Lithoform Engine in a draft, and I built my deck to be a little more controlling and going for the long game, and its ability allowed me to pull ahead in the game, eventually take it over and win. And then we have an island and a 2/2 Cat Beast creature token. This is going to be a hard decision because there are 3 really good cards in the pack: Lithoform Engine, Ballad Ged Recovery, and Roost of Drakes. I think the easy pick would be to go with Lithoform Engine because of its strength as a mythic rare. I think I'm going to go with Roost of Drakes. The blue-green kicker deck is one that you can easily put together. If you're able to get Roost of Drakes down on turn 1, it sets up your entire game plan. And there are plenty of kicker spells in both blue and green that's just going to overwhelm your opponent. Multiple flyers in the air makes it really hard for your opponent to deal with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite card or the best card out of the pack. Until next time when I'm back to crack pack number 8 from my Magic the Gathering Zendikar Rising bundle in What Is Your Pick?